Today I'm talking to Clare in County Kildare. We have placed a live-in carer with Clare's family, and the carer is providing care and support to Clare's mother. Hello, Clare. How are you today?
Hi, Tom. I'm good, thank you. Nice to speak to you.
Clare, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to talk to us about your experience of having a live-in carer. So, Clare, can I ask you, please, what were the circumstances that led you to contact Ale Home Care in the first place?
I have been caring for my mum with the help of some other people who come in the afternoons for the last couple of years, and I also work full time, and it was just becoming a bit difficult to do everything that I suppose I wanted to do in my own life. But also, I could see for mum that the loneliness of being on her own for big chunks of time with dementia, which she has, was becoming just something that was very difficult for her, and I felt all around it would be best for both of us if we had somebody who could live in the house and provide that stability and security for both me and my mum. So I had been looking for a while or trying to figure out what a solution might be to this. And that's how we decided, or I decided, that live-in home care would be a good option.
And Clare, how did you hear about Ale Home Care?
I was attending a group with the Alzheimer's Society. They have some really helpful family carer groups, and it was an agency that another person attending the group had mentioned that they'd had a positive experience with. And then I did a bit more searching on the internet, and I suppose as somebody who wanted to get a carer, sometimes the costs can be really extortionate in doing that. And I wanted to make sure that my mum kind of had the best quality of care, but also that it was something that I can practically afford at this point in my life.
And Clare, what difference has it made to your mother and to your family to have a live-in care from Ale Home Care?
For my mum, I think we're still in the kind of settling in process. My mum doesn't have much insight into her condition, and so she's accepted Maria like a member of the family, and they get on very well. And I have said that she's a friend of mine who's come to stay because if I said that actually she was a carer, mum wouldn't accept that at all. She finds it very difficult to acknowledge she has any difficulties. So it's meant that there's somebody there with my mum in the morning hours before other carers would have come in the afternoon. And that's made a huge difference. I notice even in the last few days that she's just a bit more relaxed actually in the evening time when I get home. So it's the benefits, I'm sure, will become more clear with time. Maria hasn't been with us very long, but for me, it's been a huge psychological boost, I think, to feel like I can have a little bit more independence, and also to be able to share just some of the household tasks at the moment around keeping the house going and keeping it clean and keeping the shopping and everything in the fridge. That's been a huge relief for me.
And Clare, what advice would you give to a family who might be struggling right now with the care needs of an elderly relative?
I think it's a really, really hard point to be in life. I think there's a lot of grief around it that maybe isn't spoken about, and a lot of kind of emotional things that need to be worked through. And I suppose that is something that I think is really important to do, but then also to look practically at what solutions you can put in place. And whatever those solutions might be, and obviously people have to take into account what they can afford. I think just thinking very practically about what the person needs, how they can maybe get those needs met by different services, whether there's services in the community run by the HSE or HSE provided care, and then what they need to be able to substitute themselves or provide themselves, or with the help of an agency like yours, Tom. So I think there's two elements to it. It's the thinking about your own feelings and emotions in relation to what's going on, and then thinking practically about what the solutions might be, and then really just going for it. I think I was held back an awful lot by maybe just the size of the task of thinking about getting somebody to come and live in our house, or how I was going to figure out doing that. And actually your agency made it very easy. I have to say it's been a real boost to me, just knowing that it's possible to do something, that process has actually been easier than I thought it would be. So I'd say just go for it once you've figured out what those care needs are.
Well, thank you very much, Claire, for taking the time to talk to me today. And I'm sure what you've said will give families a lot of reassurance and encouragement. So thank you, Claire, and I hope that the placement will be very successful.
I've no doubt it will be. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you too, Claire.